Hi guys, good morning. My name is Irene. I'm saved and I love the Lord as my personal savior. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It is called The Marriage Garden. Please run and subscribe to my YouTube channel to get more inspirational videos concerning marriage, concerning relationships, and you're gonna get blessed. You're gonna get inspired, and you're going to learn a lot more in the videos that I'm going to post in my YouTube channel. I thought I should discuss something that I've observed so much in marriage, especially when the marriage is starting. Um, when you've done this Rorasho thing and you've completed, and then you've done the wedding, and then you guys have settled down. And then a month, or maybe 6 months, or a year later, you come to discover that there's challenges that are coming in your marriage, wondering, now what is going on? What is going on? You find that one of you loses a job, or the two of you find there's difficulty in finances. The one thing that I've come to discover that really comes to young couples that have settled, it is difficulty in finances. And you find that you guys were doing well when you were single, when just the two of you were living separately, and then here you are, you're a married couple, and then boom, one of you loses a job, or at the same time the two of you loses a job in a very short span of time, and then you start to struggle, and then you start to wonder, now what are we gonna do? We both don't have jobs, or one of you. And it is something that really happens to most of the couples that have married. Now what I've come to discover is, because it happened to us too, like practically some 8 months down the line, and we had this huge financial difficulty. We've not paid rent. We've got other bills to pay. We don't have a kid. We're actively looking for a kid now. We're almost a year in the marriage. So you wonder, what is happening? We were doing just okay. But now that we are a couple, what is happening? Our financial situation is not good. Now, what I came to realize is the devil fights marriage a lot. The devil hates the union of marriage. And so one thing he does is attack your finances. Now, if the two of you are not grounded in the Word of God, if your relationship is not true, if you're not committed enough, if your marriage doesn't have the foundation of Christ, you people will be separated by that difficult financial situation that has come in your life that particular moment. You have to wake up and discover this is a fight. This is a fight that the devil is launching our way so that we may separate, so that we may start with fights, so that we may start throwing words at each other. It's your fault. You don't have much savings. It's your fault. You weren't thinking enough out of this situation. You could have been applying for a job. So many situations can make you drift apart. You have to be very prayerful, especially when you're new in marriage. You have to be very prayerful, because most couples separate within 6 months to a year after the wedding. They separate. Number one cause of separation is finances. Number two, families. Family can separate the two of you very quickly. Talk about the family from the lady side. Talk about the family from the guy side. Because you see, these people, they still haven't come to terms that you're a separate entity with somebody else. You guys have come to form a family. And now there are strings attached still with your family. Maybe they used to be free coming to your place, and now it cannot be the same because another person is involved in the picture. So you find that fights come from finances, fights come from your family members. Maybe sometimes they think you're changed, they think that you're setting boundaries, and there shouldn't be boundaries according to them. Some think that the finances you used to send us, you've reduced, or you're not sending at all. Some don't understand that now you're beginning a new life. Now you want your space. You want to grow yourself in this new position that you are in. You need to think. You need to develop yourself. You can't be going home all the time the way you used to. And it's not bad. It is beneficial, especially if you live close. You can always go during the weekends. But sometimes not all the time that you can find yourself going to visit your mom all the time. Sometimes you have to spend time with your spouse. Within 1 year, you have to grow. You have to recollect yourself mentally that now I'm a married woman. You're learning. This is an institution where you learn every day. You're learning. Now, how can I conduct myself as a married woman? How can I enforce boundaries with family members? Because another thing, your family members, both of the family members, from both of you cannot just be popping in your house. They cannot just be popping in your house. Because now it's not healthy. They come when they're invited. If they're not invited, they cannot just come in. They cannot just wake up and say, now let me go to my sister. Unless it's really, really necessary, you can always call. Are you guys there? Can I come today? Can I come tomorrow? But you cannot just wake up and go. Because now this person has a family now. This person, they have their own stuff they're doing. So you cannot just show up. You cannot just show up in somebody's home like that without informing them. Previously, fine. If you are living all alone, fine. But now, things have changed, and with that setting of boundaries in families, it brings a lot of problems. Well, they say now Anaringa, she's pretending now, she's separating us, her family. We don't have access to her the way we used to. She doesn't give us money the way she used to. She's not calling us the way she used to. Some families get a lot of problems in adjusting to these new changes. So this trickles down to, if you're not strong enough to be able to handle this situation with wisdom, to try to enforce healthy boundaries, you may find that your family members are breaking your marriage. You may find that your family members, they don't care about the boundaries you've set. They're gonna show up. They're gonna come to sleep over. They don't care about your spouse. They're gonna go to your bedroom. They're gonna take your clothes and wear. They are gonna just come and do all things that maybe they were doing before. So you have to be very strong, and you have to be very firm and force strict boundaries. Because if you don't do that, your marriage will not finish 1 year without breaking down. It's gonna go down the drain. It's gonna break down, and you guys are gonna go the separate ways. To some extent, it looks mean, but this is protecting yourself. This is protecting your future. This is protecting your spouse. Because some of our family members don't understand that these are two people, healthy adults, that they need space. They need space. They need their time. They need to figure this thing out. Because in the first, second year of marriage, the first 6 months, you guys are figuring yourself out. You cannot afford to be bringing visitors to and fro in your house unless it is very, very necessary. But still, it is not recommended that in the first year of your marriage that your brothers and sisters are coming for sleepover, however they want. if it is necessary that somebody is traveling from afar and they need to stop there for a night, it's okay. Just for a night. And the next morning, they are off. You know, family members bring a lot of issues. You know, they bring a lot of issues. They bring a lot of drama. Oh, they're telling me to wash utensils all the time. Oh, these people eat ugali all the time. Oh, these people, they're not clean enough. I don't like this. I don't like that. And then you get to find that this information is reaching your parents. You get to find that this information is out there, how you're living your life, you know. So these challenges, money challenges and family challenges, they're very common. And most couples don't know how to navigate this issue with inviting families into a new marriage. It is very dangerous. Don't say this is my sister, she can't ruin my marriage. Don't say this is my brother, I know them, they can't ruin my marriage. Don't say this is my in-law, they can't ruin my marriage. Don't say this is my cousin, they can't ruin my marriage. You don't know them. You don't know them. You're getting to know your spouse first. The last thing you want is to bombard your family, your spouse, with family members inside your house. Yet you haven't figured out who what your spouse really loves. Who is your spouse in the first place? I think setting healthy boundaries is very necessary. I think giving a couple space to be themselves, to learn themselves, you know, in a couple of years you'll get to discover my spouse is not a guest person, you know. He loves his space, you know. They're extroverts, those who love crowded, when a house is full, you know, there are those people that don't mind having guests, but also those people also need their space and they need their privacy. So, as a new married couple, just know that it is necessary for you to enforce strict boundaries without feeling guilty, without feeling like, oh, what will my family say? You know, it's gonna pinch you a lot when you wake up one day and discover that your marriage broke down because all the time your family members were bombarding your house all the time. You guys don't have space to talk. You guys don't have space to be yourselves. You guys don't have space to make decisions because they get inside every decision you make. You know, you can't go and just get a house somewhere. They have a say. You know, you can't rent this type of house. They have a say. You can't be cooking this type of food. They have a say. You know, you can't find time to be yourself with your spouse when your house is full, especially when a marriage is new. So you find that there will be a lot of friction. There will be a lot of friction, and you come to discover that this is not working. This is not working. You're fighting all the time. But why are you fighting? You're fighting because you've not given one another space to grow, space to be themselves, space to learn each other, characters, to learn each other behaviors, to learn your likes and dislikes. You know, you've not given each other space. You know, you cannot sit down and have a meaningful discussion because your house is always full. You don't even have time. You don't have time to sit down and have time and have space with your spouse and discuss important issues. There are people snooping around. There are people listening on. You cannot always be talking in the bedroom because there's no time. So, to new married couples, please, this is very important. Enforce strict boundaries after you get married. Strict boundaries. Get to know your spouse. Get to know who they really are. And if you have to host people in your home, let it be no more than one night. A person could be coming in maybe overnight, maybe passing through, going somewhere, and they don't have somewhere to spend the night. They can always come and spend the night. But they should not come and stay wherever they want, however they want, You guys are barely 6 months, you're barely 1 year into the marriage. These people will pick up on your negative things. They will pick up on your discussions. They will pick up on how you behave towards each other. They will pick up on how you run the house. They will pick up very tiny details and very insignificant details, and they're going to spread it out there. And the last thing you want is your house information being shared out there with the extended family members. That's why so many couples break up within the first year of marriage. They break up, completely, because they didn't give each other space. Give people space. Some of us are really attached to our family members, and we really want to be close to our family members. But you see, marriage is very different, because this person is not from your family. This is a person who comes from a different background, and it is your responsibility to learn them. It is your responsibility to know them. You cannot say you've learned a person that you've never lived with before. So give them time, give yourself time. You learn the person, you know what they want. If they are not a guest people, you have to know how to handle that. You have to know how to handle that. If they are extroverted, you have to know how to handle that, because they are couples who also love crowded houses, a house which is always full. You have to know how to handle that. You have to know how to set boundaries when it comes to family members. You have to understand that this thing is serious, and just because they're your family, don't say they can't break your marriage. They may not break it directly, they will break it indirectly by refusing you space to be, by coming and eating up your personal space, the space that you should be having to bond with your new spouse, to get to know each other, to make sound decisions. Especially our sisters and brothers that are not yet married. They intrude a lot in a new couple. They intrude a lot. They have issues a lot of issues. So take care of that, and know that marriage is work. It works, but it takes a lot of work. You can't say that you're going in it casually. You have there's a complete transformation of how you used to live and how you're living now. It's a complete transformation, and if you cannot enforce that transformation, enforce strict boundaries, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. This is a completely new level of life. This is a completely transformation of life, whereby you have to realize that if you don't make changes, it's going to fail. It's going to fail. You cannot live in marriage the way you used to live as a single lady. It can't work. It will never work. You have to realize that this is a new institution that I'm in. I have to enforce changes. Some decisions are difficult. They are very difficult, whereby you discover that maybe it's your mom who wants to intrude. She wants to be coming over all the time. She wants to be coming over. Maybe she wants to be coming for sleepover. Maybe to come and maybe see the grandchild or not. It is not okay, especially in these rented houses whereby you have 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom. It is not okay. Some people think that my mom, she can always come. I agree if she's coming to visit and leaving, but not coming to stay overnight, and the house is small. How do you expect your husband to be free in a house that has no space? Literally, the two of you don't even have another bed, an extra bed. Your mom can't be sleeping in the sitting room. It is not respect. It is not respect. You see, if the house is big, it's okay, but not all the time. But she should be coming over. Not all the time, but she should show up to come and you see, just coming and sometimes not informing you. It is not okay. It is not right. You should be very careful how you handle this thing. You should be very careful how you handle your family members. You should be careful with finances. Don't allow finances to break your union, because it is possible. It can break your union. You just have to be firm, and above all, you have to be a very prayerful person. Just pray. You have to pray. You have to fast and pray, because so many people wish that you guys, your relationship doesn't work. So many people would like to say, we knew it wouldn't work. We knew. But you have to put God first. You have to put God first. You have to pray. You have to believe. Because marriage works when God is in the center. It works. It works. And don't believe otherwise. We just have to be watchful, have discernment, and work on yourself also, so that you can be the best version of yourself in that marriage institution. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.